Welcome back to our Tinny Camping in the Whitsunday Island series. Sorry for the delay between episodes, but Christmas and New Year's got in the way of these ones. In the last episode, we headed over to Hill Inlet and were fortunate enough to come across a manta ray. We head up to the lookout to check out the stunning view that is Hill Inlet and Whitehaven Beach. On the way back to camp, some whales really turned it on with a spectacular display as they jumped out of the ocean. We decided to throw in a lure, and whilst we didn't have much luck, something certainly smashed this one. We take the opportunity while the sun's shining to dry out all our wet gear, and are lucky enough to receive a visit from this curious sea turtle. In this episode, we spend our last night on Whitehaven Beach. We prepare and pack all of our stuff before embarking on a 33-kilometre ocean voyage around the top of the Whitsunday Island into Dugong Bay.
Well, how about that, eh? For a place to wake up. Different to yesterday, that's for sure. There's almost, apart from us, there's nobody around on the beach at the moment. Skies are beautiful. It's a little bit windy. I reckon we're in for a cracker of a day. Good boarding.
Pardon? I know. Boat is still there.
Mommy.
This is how we slept. Gorgeous.
Well, it's a stunning day, so we're doing the walk up to the lookout over Whitehaven Beach. There's not a cloud in sight, although apparently the winds are going to pick up from about lunchtime, but we're just happy to see blue sky and sunshine. This is what you come to Whitehaven Beach for. Honey, are you living the dream?
Yes.
Parent life. Dusty, what happened to your feet? Why can't you walk? Oh, the rocks.
Hurts to walk.
Should have bought some shoes, mate.
Everybody now you can walk. Okay. Mommy did all the hard job.
That was a nice walk.
Yeah.
Oh, Mommy. Yeah. Parents' life, eh?
Oh wow, look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Whoa. We came all that way, right?
All that way, yeah. So, to get here in the Tinny, that furthest point there, where there's a little island, we came through there, and all along here around the headland to get to Whitehaven Beach. That point there's probably halfway. It's about 35 kilometres in the Tinny that we did, and we basically used 10 litres of fuel in the Tinny with all of our camp gear and everything inside. We were pretty heavy. Maximum speed we could do was about 6 knots. Normally we do about 18 to 20 knots in that Tinny. So it just gives you an idea of the weight versus speed and what we're carrying, all those sorts of things. But we've got everything in there to last us for 5 days. Food, drink, camping gear, cooking gear, plates, clothing, swags, pillows, a few drinks, of course, fishing gear, petrol, 25 litres of water. We had 36 litres of petrol when we left. Safety gear, flares, EPIRBs, marine radios, the whole lot. In fact, I might pull it all out and show you later on, but yeah, it's everything. It was a big trip. We're glad we did it, and we'd probably do it differently next time. The weather didn't help, but look at this. It's worthwhile in the end. Hill inlet here. Not as good as when you look at it up from the lookouts. It's pretty windy today too. Today will be our last day. We're going to head on tomorrow. We don't know where. We're just going to find another camp spot somewhere. Shorten the trip back to Chute Harbour. It took us 5.5 hours, so we want to try and reduce that. Plus the winds are on the rise, so it's going to be pretty rough. So we think we'll break it into 2 trips, and we might have better luck catching some fish somewhere else. That's the plan. All in order, honey?
Pardon?
All in order? These crows having a go at everything as usual. The tide is still coming in, by the way. So
Still coming in?
Yep.
Oh, so my dishes are there.
Yes.
Okay, just need to clean up because I need to sink. Ow!
Washing up, honey.
Yeah, the time of the day.
So, if you're thinking about coming out here to camp, there's no water provided. You've got to bring all your own water, all your own gear, obviously. So things like washing up. What we do is we use paper towel. We give everything a wipe down, get all the sort of much of the grease and everything out as we can. We use salt water, then we rinse everything. We don't have any dishwashing detergent or anything like that. So it's just basically salt water, and then we use a bit of fresh water just to rinse the salt off, and that's basically it. Bit of advice: the local or the wildlife, the what do you call it, mice, they have native mice here, or they're kind of bigger than a mice but smaller than a rat, but they come out and they just find a way to get into everything. We've been storing our food in its own little tent, and there's been a mouse that's managed to get into a bag inside the tent and chew through the Cocoa Pops bag, chew through the bread and all sorts of other stuff. We have no idea how it's got in. Apparently some other people, they found a hole in their tent. We've got no holes in our tent, but the mice had chewed through the tent. Yeah, we just don't know how it got in there. It was inside a bag, you know, where we had all the food and all that sort of stuff. So if you're going to do this, probably use a plastic box would be our recommendation, to store all your food and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's about all you can do. And the crows are notorious. They come after everything, and they just keep trying to smash it. As soon as you're washed up, they're into your plates, they're into everything you've got there to try and see if there's anything left. And then also the monitors, laced monitors. Today 3 times I found one up on top of the table, on top of our plates and things, looking for scraps and all that sort of stuff. So you got to be really careful and look after all your stuff. So that's it, we'll catch you later. Here in the Whitehaven Beach, I'll show you in a minute, but all the boats are out enjoying the sunset, and everyone's sitting on their back decks having a drink, enjoying the water. So, you know, we thought we'd sit on our deck as well. It's a tight fit, but hey, and we're not exactly floating, but we're close enough to the water. There's all the boats behind us. But this is absolutely fucking amazing. Excuse my French. So cheers to good adventures and doing things that other people aren't doing because we make the choice to do so. Everybody else, you can do the same thing. You can make the same decisions. There's been quite a few times, sorry about the noise in the background, it's a little fella.
It's a bird, very interesting one.
We often get asked, or people say, you're so lucky you do all this travelling and that sort of stuff, but you know what, it's a decision to get out there and do it. We don't have any more money than anybody else or anything like that. It's just that we've made a decision to do the travelling. We're not that focused on building wealth. We just want to have a lifestyle that's going to make us happy and see us through to the end. Anyway, let's enjoy the rest of this sunset before it goes.
Mom, look at that bird.
Mommy?
Has very strong feet. It's very flat and very wide at the end. Yeah, maybe that's what it makes noises. Come.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one. Mama?
Kava busik. What's that? Do we have any rubbish honey here?
No.
Yeah, here. Ouch. Cooking in the dark is a bit of a battle, but we're getting it done. We've run out of ice, it's all water in the esky, it's getting into the food, everything's turning to mush. We're coming to the end of the days.
Mama, Mama? Cake.
Cake?
Yeah.
Can I?
Happy birthday, Dusty! Oh, okay.
I'm thinking presents so maybe he'll be happier. Okay. Какие был birthday boy?
No.
Birthday boy? Okay, so lie down and give you a birthday. Okay?
Looks like another stunning day on Whitehaven Beach. A few clouds in the sky this time. It's nice and still. So we're gonna pack up this morning and we're gonna head up that way, pretty much as far as the eye can see. And we are going to find a new camp spot. We're thinking Dugong Beach, which is pretty much around the island, around to the other side, about halfway down. Should cut our trip back to Shute Harbour in half, make a bit of an easier ride this time. So let's see what the adventure has in store for us today. Happy birthday to Dusty.
Happy birthday, our Dusty. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip
Hooray!
hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray! Woohoo! Happy birthday, darling Dusty. Whoa! I'm a child, he's 3 years old.
Balloon. My boy.
Balloon.
Oh, Daddy.
Yeah,
Car.
there's a car on there, yeah.
Daddy.
You can open it. Go on.
Here. Car. Wait. My car.
Open it up, I didn't have a look.
Yeah. Wait. My car.
Do you need some help?
Yeah.
Oh no, you got it. Go.
Car. Bin.
What do you got? Is that a water gun?
Yeah.
Well, you'll be able to annoy everybody with that now, won't you?
Daddy. Car.
Away from the stove, mate.
Huh?
Away from the stove.
Mama, beach.
Костись, костись.
Beach.
Ка? Sit. Okay. And the tent was zipped. I checked millions of times yesterday.
So just to give you a bit of a look, we're talking about the mice yesterday. This is our little provisions tent that we bought brand new before we came on the trip. we can't find any holes in it. It was completely zipped. We triple checked it last night. So this morning, in the rubbish bag, which you can see right there,
It was in there.
in this bucket, inside the tent.
Inside the tent, in a
Inside
bucket.
the tent, in the bucket, there's holes. Our Navigator dry bag, there's a hole. They've started munching on it just there. What else?
Juice pack.
Our Just Juice
Eaten.
pack. Top of it's been eaten.
Bag.
Bag to get the bananas. Eaten.
For today, it's like that. But, yeah.
Marty.
So
Marty.
the mice here are very cunning. So far they're beating us. I don't know, well, we're leaving today, so who knows at the next campsite. But if you come here, be prepared. The local mice are very cunning and will find a way into everything. Plastic boxes, as this has been the only thing that hasn't been broken into, penetrated. So I would suggest you bring plastic boxes.
Honey.
Probably.
Honey.
Какие? Daddy didn't put any какие?
Honey. No, yucky there.
Dusty, we need to go. You can't go with naked bum.
Huh? No, do more. No, me. Daddy, Dad, Mommy.
Balgi, I need a spoon, Dusty.
Huh?
Eat it, I need a spoon.
No.
Rightio, packing up to get out of here. So we're packing up to get out of here. It's always fun, but the mystery of how the mice got into the tent has been uncovered. Have a look at this. This was a brand new tent the other day. We bought it just before we left to come here as a way to protect all of our stuff, and we're glad we did with all the rain. But now we're taking the fly off. Don't know if you can see, but right there is a big hole about the size of a mouse. It wasn't there before, so they've obviously crawled up inside the fly, up the fly screen, chewed a hole and into our tent, little bastards. Anyway, on to the next camp. Alright, so we're packing the boat. She's going to be full, but to give you a bit of a look at what we got, up at the bow we have our anchor storage and some fuel. We'll put some other things in there. We have a battery compartment, and this is probably the dry space that we have. So we put some clothes, the laptop, the drone and things like that in there. That folds down and that's our deck, or casting deck, but that's where Ingrid and Dusty will sit while we're motoring. We'll put a swag across the top here. In here we'll have the big swag across here, we'll have the esky, we'll have some of the other stuff all here. This will be pretty much full. The idea is we're trying to keep weight at the front to try and allow the boat to get up on a plane. Down the back we have our petrol storage. So when we came we had 36 litres of fuel. That's a 20 litre, that's a 10 litre, and I've got a 5 litre up the front, so 35 litres. That's our emergency backup, we don't use that. That's the fishing gear over that side. We'll have our Water bottle will go up here as well. That's 25 litres. This is because we're returning, we're on our way home, we're going a lot lighter. We've got less fuel obviously. We don't have, our esky's nowhere near as full. We had a few bags of ice in there, we had cans of drink, we had all that sort of stuff. The esky's almost empty now. We've only got to do today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back. So that's going to be heaps lighter. I reckon today we're probably going back at least 50k lighter, probably more like 60 to 70k lighter. We've obviously eaten up food and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, what else can I show you? Over the other side here, we've got our fish finder, and it's got our charts and all that sort of stuff. What do you call it? Well, it's a chart, I suppose. But that has been invaluable to us, obviously, because we don't know where we're going around the islands. So that's allowed us to navigate all the islands, show us where it's deep and where it's not. There's heaps of reefs and things, and you'd be surprised where pinnacles come up out of the water and just, you know, literally up to a couple of metres below the water, reefs and all that sort of stuff. We actually run 2 lithium batteries in there, so when one's flat we've got a second backup and we can charge it by solar power. This is our safety bag. I'll show you all this stuff later on, but in there we've got flares. What else we've got in there? We've got an air horn for attracting attention, first aid kits, all those sorts of things. We've got our marine radio. What else? I don't know. Whatever you're supposed to have, we've got it. And obviously we've got all our life jackets and so on. So that's the base going in, the computer, the drone's going to go on top. We'll need to get the drone, don't forget, later on.
It's going on top.
Yep. That's our little tent where we stored stuff in. Alright. And our fish bag, which hasn't been used yet, hopefully soon. Alrighty, so it's time to hit the ocean, and we've just been advised by one of the tour operators around here that it's extremely rough. They said to obviously take as much caution as possible. They gave us some positive comments that apparently lots of people in little cities like this go missing and have done the last year without being found. So that's not what we really wanted to hear, but you know, we're going to hug the coast as much as possible, try and stay safe. I'll give you a look at what we've got. So this is fully loaded. It looks like a lot, which it is, but we checked all our weights and everything before we came. We sort of worked out the weights of swags, esky and all that sort of stuff, the water, the gasoline and all those sorts of things to stay under our limits. This boat takes, I think it's off the top of my head, there's a sign inside. From memory it's about 436 kilos. We could have another passenger, but we don't, so we've got a lot of space. Obviously got weight there and so on and so on. So we're within our weights. It's just obviously what the weather's like and the waves and all those sorts of things. So anyway, we're going to head out. We're going up towards Hill Inlet. It should be smooth sailing through there, and they said once you get past Hill Inlet it's going to get a bit rougher, and then we're turning to the west around the top of the Whitsunday Island, and we'll see what it's like there. So we won't be going far. There is a campsite just around we can pull into if it's too rough. Otherwise we'll probably continue on to Dugong Bay and camp there for a night, which means tomorrow all we've got to do is cross over to Chute Harbour. We'll be even lighter because we'll get rid of all our water, any water or ice left in the esky. Any liquids we've got left, we'll just tip them out, and we should be sweet. Might get a bit wet, but we're used to that by now. So let's go. Jackets on. Oh, you want to clean your jewellery quickly? So if you don't know, Whitehaven Beach is famous for obviously its white sand, and the reason why it's so white is there's 98% silica in it. I'll double check that statistic. I'm pretty sure it's 98%, and it's really good for cleaning jewellery. So apparently you use the dry sand. Yeah, just got to be careful when you take it off. Well, obviously we're not in the water here, so it's not as much of a worry, but you literally just rub it on
off. Oh, almost gone. Oh,
Yeah, you're better off leaving them on the fingers, they say, in case you lose them. It's so fine, the sand.
But it does work.
Yeah, you're gonna give them a rinse.
No, I don't want to make them
You want
dirty.
to put them on your fingers to rinse them, because if you do drop them, they'll be gone in the waves. You find that you actually sink into the water here very quickly.
Systems.
The sun's gone, so it's not going to sparkle. Anyway, they came up really nice. Alright, we're on the way. Goodbye, Whitehaven Beach. Just in case anybody's wondering, Dusty's life jacket is under that blue jacket there. Coconuts.
So yeah.
Cheers to another crossing done. Still alive. The adventure continues, and we're home tomorrow. And here's to a new campsite. Look at this. Oh, and the beer's still cold.
Oh.
Low tide. She'll be in later on. You can see the high tide mark up here. It's going to be a high one. Hopefully we can catch some fish around here. And there's our little birthday boy. Hey, slept all the way again in the boat. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, cheers to the good life.